On phone on. What up, man? Now we gonna talk that real shit. Real shit. They gonna.
Yo, what is indeed going on, people, and welcome back after a very being on a long hiatus to the JONETH PIPTNE podcast. Of course, I am your host, JONETH PIPTNE, and yeah, man, we talking about the Chicago Bears Week 1 matchup against the Green Bay Packers. Of course, we all know a lot of things happened over the offseason. Of course, the Bears are acquiring DJ Moore and a lot of other players, and also the Green Bay Packers losing. Now this year, Aaron Rodgers to the New York Jets. So yeah, we do got some things to talk about. And another thing that just happened 3 hours ago, if other Bear fans didn't know, that there's a strong possibility that the Bears will be without their safety, Jaquan Brisker, actually. And before I even get started, starts talking about them, I'm just going to read off what it says. Of course, I'm going to paraphrase a little bit because I'm not going to be reading all this shit. But Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers, of course, kick off for their 207th-time meeting on Sunday, September 10th. Meeting marks the fresh start for both teams as, of course, the Packers is hoping that Jordan Love continues his preseason success into the regular season. They do hope that Love can be the third straight franchise quarterback for this franchise straight, which that would be just demoralizing for the Bears. That'd be damn near like 50 years of the Bears getting their ass whooped. It's already been 32 years of bullshit. But the Bears are hoping as well to have a great amount of type of success with Justin Fields and hoping that this offseason pays off for them. They already traded away their number one pick, and of course they got other picks with that by doing it by trading him to the Eagles. And they do believe that Fields can do what the fuck he needs to do this season. But one of the main things that we gotta hope for is that the Bears have a long-standing. They do have a long rivalry with the Green Bay Packers. Bears are going to try to hope that they can come out on top. But once again, they don't have one of their best defenders. Brisker is possibly going to be out. It has been a tough 3 weeks for the safety for Jaquan Brisker. He is dealing with a soft tissue injury. It seems like everybody been dealing with soft tissue injuries with the Bears. Claypool is one of the main culprits. It's like he's becoming the Kevin Nash of the Chicago Bears. Soon as he take one step, the man fucking got some type of soft tissue injury. Pretty soon the man gonna start tearing the squad. But back to Brisker, basically, he's been dealing with a soft tissue injury. The team's head coach, Matt Eberflus, told reporters that they are in a wait and see type of mode regarding Brisker. That's not good. He went on to say on Wednesday practice that he will provide more insight on Brisker's availability. And I quote, he's doing things this weekend during the press conference that he said he's been in there in practice for a week, which is good, and he's working on and off on the side during practice. He's starting to get himself there where we feel good where he is. It will be a big day for him when we get back into pads. So it'll be a big day for us. And that's what Matt Eberflus did say. But of course, in 2022, Brisker did lead the Bears in tackles and sacks. I think he had over 100 tackles, and I think he had limited 4 sacks last year. And he is ranked second among defensive stops and tackles per Football Focus also stated. Although he made some rookie mistakes, his physicality and his tenacity, especially in run support, were a major boost for the Bears defense. Even though they still ranked 31st, they probably would have ranked dead last if it was for Brisker going out there and being able to stop the run. However, Brisker's role cannot be understated, especially against the Packers team that's averaged 189 rushing yards against the Bears last season. the Bears is down one of their best playmakers. It could impact their ability to defend the run and the pass, which we already know that that's one of the main things that the Bears do struggle with over this past season, which was the run. So we do know that so far about Brisker. That was just something that was slated 3 hours ago. So I don't know exactly if he's going to play. Of course, Claypool is back from his injury, and a lot of guys will be back. But of course, yet again, we will be missing Tevin Jenkins. So only thing that we can do and hope for is that the offensive line be able to hold up because the Packers pass rush wasn't the best, but everybody was having success against the Bears offensive line last year. Yeah, they did add Nate Davis. Yeah, they did bring in a draft pick at guard as well. But at the same time, we still don't know what's going to happen because we do know that Cody Whitehair did hurt his hand, so he's not going to play center. So now we got another center that the Bears picked up from Miami and brought him in. So most likely either he's going to play center or we're going to have the guy that was slated to play center for us last year, but we still have Sam Mustipher, and he wound up playing guard, and he was just absolutely terrible. So it's still going to be holes on the offensive line. The only guy that is not injured or had any type of injuries is our left tackle, which he didn't do very well early in the season, but he got better as the season progressed. So all we can do is just wonder how everything is going to play out in terms of that. So just going straight to the comments real quick. Yo, what's going on with you, bro? How you feeling, man? And what's going down, YTC, man? Good to see you, man. It's been a minute since I've been on here. I know. A little rusty, but I'm just gonna be able to get back into it as much as I can. But yeah, man, it's a lot of aspects to look at. So far, Justin Fields had looked up and down, depending on which team they play. And so far, Jordan Love have looked phenomenal throughout the preseason. One of the guys that's a fellow Bear fan, his name is Chicago Sports Talk, Michael. Michael, just go ahead and check out his page. You literally look up Chicago Sports Talk Michael. He got over 1,000 subscribers. He's building his platform well. But he believes that, it's just preseason and there's nothing more to look into it. But Bear fans that's been experiencing and watching for a long time will let you know when the starters is playing poorly, they're gonna usually transition over to the regular season playing poorly. I stated it much last season when I said my worries about the defense not being able to stop the run up the middle and just giving up big runs. And he said, "No, don't worry about it. What happened last year? They gave up big gaping runs all year long, and was I believe it was the worst rush defense, if not 31st, against the run. And that was the main reason why the Bears ranked 31st because they couldn't stop a goddamn newborn baby from being able to cross over to the goal line. So it was just really that bad. So let's just really hope that that team, the Chicago Bears, can be able to do a little bit of something. If not, then of course it is what it is. So just remember that I said that this team is really like not looking good running up the middle. Now outside they can stop the run if you try to go outside the lines because they do have a lot more speed to be able to stop outside run, but they're gonna have to probably stack that middle up with 8, 9 people just be able to stop the run. Even though they did it last year and still couldn't stop it, but they have more capable players on the defensive line. They can stop that run. Now, of course, we all know that Green Bay is going to try to run the football down their throat early and then do a lot of play action with Jordan Love, basically setting him up and scheming him to make easy throws, easy passes, and try to get them with a deep pass down the field. If that not happen, he's going to try to use his legs, much like Aaron Rodgers did to us, but he's not as cerebral. as Aaron Rodgers was over those years. Let me see the comment section real quick. Diddy, please, please get rid of this person, whoever that is. Get rid of him. No, wait. Oh, that's Khalil. Never mind. Never mind. That's Khalil. That's why I had to. I'm like SK. I'm like, hey, agent, who the hell is that, man? Get rid of him. What's going on? What's going on? T? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Yeah, man. I'm back for the first time in forever. So maybe the one of the few times I do it late at night. Usually I come home from work and I usually have my son with me, but he's with his auntie right now, so he chilling over there, and he gonna probably be there throughout the day tomorrow, so I'll be able to take care of some stuff and then get him back at night. Well, I want to kick you because I just see random shit up in the city. Man, get this dude up out of here. But if I actually didn't read your initials and realize that that was you, yeah, man, you would have been booted real quick, man, real quick. Absolutely, TOB. It's always gonna be Go Bears all the way through, man. Just let me know if you want to hop on the podcast. I usually, when it's just solo podcast, I don't have people be on, but fellow Bear fans, I don't mind that happening. Let me see if I can get back to it. It's been so long since I've been able to do this. Got to see how. Oh, yeah, do the guest list. That was. But yeah, Michael tripping. Of course he tripping. Mike, that's just Mike, man. That's him. You know, that's what he does. I don't even trip on him no more because if I do, I'd be tripping all goddamn day. It is what it is, Mike. You know. But hey, he hopeful. And plus he made all those bets against you guys, so he gonna have no choice but to trip because he made all those bets. He by the end of the season he probably gonna be paying like giving up $400-500. The man nuts. I'd have said, I bet you the Bears will win 9 games max. Nobody would have took that bet then. I'd have said if the Bears win anywhere between 8 and 9 games, I need their money. They would have never gave for that. But Michael, he say they're gonna win 13. I'm like, this man crazy. This is not Madden where you can control the team and start over if they start fucking up and start the game over. This ain't that, man. So, but back on schedule with the Bears and Packers. Of course, we did upgrade with DJ Moore. We still have Darnell Mooney. We still have Claypool, which I don't know how much available he's going to be throughout the season. We do have a new draft pick that came in. We do have still Bayless Jones Jr., which I hope he kick off and no punt returns because if he does kick punt return, it's going to be all bad. It's going to be oh so terrible. But TOP, man, let me know if you want to hop on, man. I posted it in the comment section. Let me know if it's actually on there or if it's not popping up on there regularly. I expect 8 wins max. I just want to see improvement. Yeah, that's what I expected. I said 5 to 8 games. That's what I stated for the Bears throughout the season. 5 to 8 games. If they'll win eight or more games, if the defense improves to at least 20th, they'll win 10 or more games if the defense improve. If the defense improve all the way to at least 15. Michael expecting the offense to be ranked not within the top 5 and the defense to be ranked in the top 10, and that's how they're gonna end up being 13-4. Like, yeah, man, if that happens, of course we all gonna be happy as Bear fans, but I'm speaking realistically. That ain't something that's gonna happen no time soon. I can promise you that. But I do know that it's gonna be the simple game. It's gonna be a very simple game plan on the side of the Packers on how they gonna do with Jordan Love. They're gonna run the ball at least 30 times throughout the game. They're gonna have them drop back a few times, but it's going to be mainly off of play action, rollouts, simple passes. Um, it's going to be a lot of like trying to hand off to the running back, fake hand off to the running back, see if he got openings, run for a first down type of game. Basically, what the Bears need to do with Justin Fields, they need to do something like that. But it is what it is. You know, I know they're gonna try to have Justin Fields probably slinging the ball all over the field. They're gonna still run the football, but I just got that feeling that they're going to do their best to try to pass the ball down the field. They're gonna try to do it so much, and Justin Fields gonna be so trying to be a quarterback instead of just being him and doing what he needs to do and be the quarterback that the Bears need him to be. If he got to run the football, run the football. When those passes are open, make sure you see the right man being open and connect down the field. And that's how you're going to still be able to get those yards. That's what a lot of quarterbacks did before you. That's what Michael Vick did. That's what Lamar Jackson do now. Lamar Jackson threw for what? 34, 3,500 yards, but he threw 36 touchdowns because when it was time to hit the open man, he hit the open man. He still ran for over 1,000 yards. If Justin Fields do something like that, hey, I take it. You know, some people want him to throw for what I can't remember his goddamn name right now. He played for the Lions. They want him to have his type of stats where he throw for 4,400 yards, uh 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions type of thing. That's not Justin Fields. Justin Fields probably one day Justin Fields gonna give you that, but that's probably later on in his career once he become more comfortable throwing the football. But as of right now, you know, run it, run it when you have to, pass when you can, and because you know they're gonna double DJ Moore, they're gonna double him to death. That leaves opportunities for Darnell Mooney to be open. That leaves opportunities for Claypool to be open. That leaves opportunity for Cole Kmet to be open. He's got to make sure you look for his running backs underneath because he really did not throw to his running backs underneath. That was always fucking open. I really don't know why he doesn't throw to them and take that 3 to 7 yard gain and just take it for what it is. Okay, you can't see the link in the track in the chat, but it's cool. Probably gonna go to sleep. I'm probably gonna sound sleepy as fuck. Well, it's all good if you did. We going 11-6. Hey man, I hope so. At least that sounds closer to more realistic than what Michael said. Michael said 13-4. I'm like, hell no, boy. And even though I looked at the schedule of course is gonna favor the Bears this year because they have the worst record. They got one of the easiest schedules, but teams change every year. Of course, the Bears have changed and they have gotten better, but you know, I got to see it early on the field. I got to see it early. If I'm able to see it early on the field, then I'll go for that prediction. I still don't see no goddamn 13 wins, but I will go for that prediction. Yeah, Jared Goff. I don't know why I couldn't get Jared Goff name. I kept thinking of Matthew Stafford because of so many goddamn years Stafford played for the goddamn Lions, and now of course with the LA Rams, and Jared Goff got traded for him. So yeah, that's how that goes. But yeah, man, I'm really expecting this team to try to play hard in this game. Now I know the Packers is gonna play them hard. They're gonna try to look. They're gonna try to do concept defenses. They probably gonna have cornerback blitzes every blue moon. Have a linebacker going in that hole. Justin Fields is gonna have to definitely look for those holes in that zone defense that Packers love to run. Every blue moon they do run man to man, but they try to switch it up where you have one side of the field in man to man, the other side of the field in zone, and someone blitzing. They like to run a lot of stunts and everything else to try to confuse the offensive lineman. The only two that I believe that will be good in terms of when they run them stunts would be Nate Davis and Cody Whitehair. The rest of the guys, I don't know if Tevin Jenkins was there and Cody Whitehair was playing center and he didn't hurt his hand. Maybe then I would be a lot more comfortable with this offensive line being able to do something other than, of course, the rookie right tackle. We don't have had a coach for 13-4. It's not only that we don't have a coach, we don't have a defense to be 13-4. Last time the Bears was even close to that, that was 2018. And that's when they went 12-4 before, of course, they extended it to 17 games. Or the Chicago Bears would have been 13-4 that year. Had a very dominant defense. Offense was still able to go out there and put up points. And, the quarterback was still able to throw the ball down the field somewhat and was able to still rush the ball as well, scramble for rushing yards, do his goddamn thing, and we have very reliable receivers at 1, 2, and 3, and a reliable tight end that year. So that's what made the difference. And on top of that, the quarterback wasn't afraid to hit the running backs underneath for that 3 to 5 to 7 yard gain. And sometimes they break free, that can turn into a 15-yard gain with them. I still think the D line is very suspect. I said the same thing. The pass rush has improved. You do know that. The pass rush has improved. The run defense up the middle has not. Like I said it earlier, to me, they got enough speed to stop the run on the outside, but it's the interior. The three techniques is what they don't have that can stop the run. They need that Ted Washington, Keith Trailer type, both of those guys in the middle. Because when they had both of them, you couldn't run the ball up the middle at all. Because Ted Washington and Keith Trailer was so goddamn big. They was run stoppers that every blue moon that can give you a good pass rush and keep the quarterback from being able to slide up to the middle because they usually took the and both guards or the guard and the tackle just to keep those guys off. And because they were so big, it allowed back for Philip Daniels and Brian Robinson to be able to get those sacks. Which is going forward and now it allowed the very young defensive ends to be able to get there because the quarterback wouldn't be able to slide up in the pocket. If he did, he'd run into those big guys, which would clamp him down and get that sack. So that's what I do know that. But yeah, man, they don't have what it takes to be able to stop the run up the middle. So the coaching staff, especially defense, is going to have them. He's going to have to know when to run those stunts on those when he know there's for a fact the pass play and on run plays. He's going to have to know when know hopefully guess where they're running the football and be able to blitz the linebackers in that exact gap, whether that's the A through D gap or a straight outside run, and try to make sure he gets the defensive ends in the right position. Whether if they're not in a 5 or 6 or 7 technique, which is or be in that wide 9 technique to try to stop that outside run. They got to be able to do something to be able to get to it because like I said, they don't have the assets to be able to stop. Now, of course, they did draft 2 young 3 techniques, but they're going to be more so in rotation until they're able to show us if they're able to be starters as of right now. So we just going to have to see exactly how that goes in terms of that. Now, like I said, now switching on offense for the Bears offense versus that Packers defense, because I've been, flip flopping back and forth, but now I broke it down what I believe was going to happen with that Bears defense in terms of the Bears offense. Of course, like I said, I've spoken it briefly. I'm speak on it just a little bit more before I switch over to that Packers defense. Like I said before, Justin Fields is gonna have to just take the underneath stuff when it's there. Hopefully, the Bears wide receivers can find a way to get open because in the preseason, other than running screens and running passes like that. When they ran their regular routes, the defenders was glued to their hip. They got to be able to run a lot smoother routes. They're going to have to be able to find a way to get open because if not, Justin Fields, like I said, he's going to try to stick there in the pocket a lot more this season, especially the first 4 to 6 weeks. He's going to try to command the pocket. He's going to stay in that pocket. He's going to get sacked a lot more early in the season because he's going to try to be that quarterback. Like I said earlier before, if you're just not tuning in, he's going to try to stay in that pocket and get the ball out instead of doing what he used to do, which I didn't mind him evading and looking for somewhere to run if it was available. If not, get them pass the ball down the field because that's how he was able to get some passes down the field anyway. So, and also, hopefully, Matt and company can find a way to scheme the receivers open like they did a lot with Cole Kmet in the middle of the season. That's how he was able to get 7 touchdowns. They able to scheme receivers open, not just screen passes, try to do rub off type of passes where one receiver run a hitch route, stop his man, easy quick slants, hitch routes, try to get the defenders to come up, and so then the receivers can hit them with double moves and try to get the tight end to run seams down the middle constantly, and then eventually have him break a post route, have and then force the safety have to choose between his post route and the middle wide receiver running straight down the field, have him have to choose in between that type of routes, combination routes, post corners when it come down to it. But like I said, most importantly, run the football at all times and then try to get Justin Fields to run the same type of scheme that you know that the Green Bay Packers is going to run, which is run the football 20, 30 times, maybe 40, and then have the quarterback pass about 25, 30 times, but have him, do most of the time rollout passes, combination run pass concepts, things like that, where it just can be a lot easier for him to be able to get the ball out quicker instead of him just doing straight dropbacks. Because just doing straight dropbacks, you're not going to get killed because you know what the offensive line is capable. Now, of course, I did see that they was able to protect Justin Fields a little bit better, but still, they was getting tossed around out there in the preseason. I did not like it. So try to set up something that's going to get the team and better preparation to be able to handle each and every pass rush throughout the season. Now, of course, we moving over to the Green Bay Packers. They didn't lose too much over the off season. They they got their more cornerbacks and safeties back. Defensive line basically the same. Linebackers basically the same. So Bears is gonna have a major problem going against them. They wasn't that good last year overall, but guess what? They still always found a way to get turnovers, and that's what they're gonna be looking forward to when it come down to when they face the Chicago Bears. They're already gonna be looking forward to trying to stop Justin Fields from running. They're gonna look forward to trying to stop the running backs from running. They're gonna try to force Justin Fields to beat them as a passer. Now, do they have an opportunity to do that? Yes, but ain't no telling anything can happen. Yo, what's going on, David? How you feeling, man? How you feeling out there in the street? TOP was cracking. Yeah, what is cracking, TOP? He's saying what up to everybody in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. Any chance we get any boxing content for you every now and then? Yeah, it's when basically when people actually record the goddamn video correctly instead of because the last guy was supposed to just straight record and pay attention through the recorder. Instead, he became a fan, and the first 3 rounds, the camera doing this the whole goddamn time. You looking at my feet half the goddamn round, majority of the goddamn round because the man's too busy watching as a fan instead of watching as the camera is supposed to. And that's the last fight. And the fight before that, I actually had the CD and I was getting ready to actually post that one, but for some reason, people like to touch shit in this goddamn house, and shit came up missing. So I don't know what that goddamn fight is at. So the moment I get another fight, then yeah, I'll be able to post it. Hopefully, it'll be probably locally, so it'll be easy to get the cameraman to be able to actually watch and record the goddamn fight, and then I'll post it on YouTube. On top of that, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people don't like to fight me because I'm already 6'2". I can drop all the way down to 152 pounds to fight 154, and then the next day I weigh in at 170. Most guys don't like that. It's one guy I've been trying to fight for a long time. His name is Fernando Martinez. He's 154, but guess what? He's like 5'7". He's not gonna fight me. So a few guys that just they like hell no. I'm not going for that. So that's basically what it is. You know, it is what it is. A good cameraman is hard to find. Hell yeah, it is. You know, we got one locally that we did take with us to Minnesota back in December, but he was busy when I went in July, so he couldn't come with. We tried to get a guy that actually was gonna basically record, but he fucked the recording up, and that just it just fucked up. Not his fault. Okay, okay, Khalil. When you come back to the gym, I'm gonna bust you up. I'm gonna bust you up. Just like what's his goddamn nickname? Moose. Moose was talking shit and I bust him up. And I ain't even go super hard with him. I just knew he was gonna burn out and I bust him up real quick. Drop down to 125 and I'll sign the contract. You can't get down to 125. What you talking about? You ain't been 125 in 5 damn years. You like a buck 65 9, 170. I can probably get down to 125 before you. But I ain't finna be walking around here with my face so damn sucked in. I look like a crackhead. I can tell you that much. But anyways, back on schedule. We just talked about boxing briefly, but yeah, man. Just moving on now. Now, of course, to the prediction. As of right now, because of Aaron Rodgers not there, because Jordan Love, even though I'm pretty sure he got the right coaches to help him out, I believe that the defense is going to end up forcing him to make mistakes. And he's going to throw at least one interception. I believe with the pass rush getting to him, they're probably going to be able to cause a fumble, and the Bears' offense is going to be able to score some points. But I do believe it's going to be a high on both ends. Justin Fields showing that he is a quarterback for the future Chicago Bears, and Jordan Love showing that he is a competent quarterback. But because of lack of experience, that's the reason why he blows the game for the Green Bay Packers. You know, I hardly ever pick the Bears to win a game. I always say I hope, I think. No, this is what it is. The Bears is gonna win this actual game, but it's gonna be a high scoring game. It's gonna be somewhere like 26-24 or a 28 to 24 type of game. I believe it's going to be high scoring all the way around. It's not late at night. It's in the afternoon still. It's at 3 o'clock. Usually 3 o'clock games, everybody be scoring the football like crazy. It's usually the 12 o'clock games where, if you pick it up early, then maybe you score a lot of points. For the most part, they top out at 24 points. But I believe because it's 3 o'clock game, everyone gonna be amped. It's gonna be a lot of scoring. Probably most likely it's going to be in the second, third, and fourth quarter. First quarter is probably going to be a little slow. That's what I do believe that's going to happen between those two teams. Let's see. Discipline is definitely one of the areas Bears have improved. don't have to worry about beating themselves. Yeah, they have improved under a lot under Matt Eberflus. He commands the room, and he let them know what they need to do. And if they don't do it, you're not gonna be out there. He don't give a shit if he drafts you first round, second, or third. If you do not do what you need to do out there, you won't be out on the field. We saw that last year with Bayless Jones. He was a third round pick. After those two fuck ups with the muff punts, we didn't see him for like 3, 4 weeks until they decided to try him out briefly on offense just to see what he was capable of doing. What's going on, CG? How you doing, man? It's good to see you. Good to see you out there. Yeah, man, it's been a long time since I've been on, but I'm gonna try to make sure I'm on every week. But this podcast is gonna be mostly in the goddamn morning, probably somewhere around 8 o'clock in the morning. Probably have it on about 15, 20 minutes, and then after that, I'll be on out of there. Make it quick. And then I might bring out I might bring back the sports hangouts, but if I do it, it'd be probably on a Saturday that I probably do that. Because sometimes most Saturdays I be off, but I'll probably fuck around and be working some of them days. Oh, you might get Ahmed Johnson on soon. Okay, okay, bet. Hopefully everything is well, bro. Yeah, everything well, man. Hope everything is well your way too. Maybe you can ask him a few questions about how his pro football career went and what do we expect. Why didn't it really take off when it was when he went to WCW, or was it just that bad of writing, or they just didn't see him being as good as they thought he was going to be in WWF at the time? We can do a network roundtable. Yeah, we can. We can still do that because we did discuss that briefly in June and July. But we be busy. We've been moving around a lot. I've definitely been moving around a lot. Like I said, for the people that don't know, I had my first child back in April. So, I definitely wasn't thinking about YouTube at that time. But since, of course, he's getting older, he's becoming slightly self-sufficient on his own with certain things. Then I can just go ahead and do a little bit more than I couldn't do at first. So yeah, that's basically how that is. But let's see, let's see. Life is what it is. Gotta do you, bro. Yeah, of course. Got to. I got to. Okay, now another story just came up. This is involving Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers. And it's just talking about what the Bears may have to do along to just try to do something, basically try to get a win possibly. Let me see. I just seen the story pop up, so let's see. Green Bay Packer fans are confident going into opening day. They should be. The team hasn't lost to the Chicago Bears since 2018. Yeah, I know, right? And we had close contests, but just couldn't find a way to win. You can count the number of times they lost to the Bears on one hand since 2008, which is definitely true. They can't wait to once again chant the Bears still suck. I just kiss my ass. However, the level of certainty isn't there anymore. That is because their ace in the hole is gone. Aaron Rodgers, of course, was traded to the New York Jets this offseason, ending in one of the greatest quarterback runs in NFL history. Now that job falls onto Jordan Love. The former first round pick has spent the last 3 seasons getting ready, much like Aaron Rodgers did his first 3 seasons under Brett Favre, getting ready before things turned around, and he wound up being that guy for the next 14 years. So let's see why I missed that. Many in the media think it is a foregone conclusion. He will carry the legacy of owning the Bears, of course. Nothing in this sport is guaranteed. Chicago has overhauled their roster a lot since last season. They're notably stronger on defense, while Love is talented. A look at his stats indicate there is a way to beat him. Below is a breakdown of his stats between regular dropback passes and passes off the play action in the preseason and regular season, which I've already spoken on that once before in the podcast of what he can do. In the regular season, he is 99 of 66 for 998 yards, 7 touchdowns, 7 receptions, and that's just off regular passing. When he's off the play action, which I said that's agreeing with, this what the Green Bay Packers is going to do. Off play action, he is 37 of 59 for 509 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. While the evidence is limited, it's pretty clear that Love is far more comfortable off play fakes. That is why you can expect the Green Bay to lean onto their ground game in week one. A lot of things I already mentioned. One, the one thing is they have every reason to. The Chicago hasn't held them under 100 yards since January 3rd, 2021. Three of the four last games we saw them eclipse 150 yards on the ground against the Chicago Bears. But if Jordan Love isn't ready to be the gunslinger yet, of course the Bears do have history of making it seem that way with quarterbacks from time to time. We see Matt White from New York last year just go ahead and torch the goddamn defense. Still, this defense should be much better and more formidable. DeMarcus Walker and Andrew Billups will help their run defense up front. That in turn will allow the new linebackers Jermaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards to call Green Bay ball carriers if they can. Also get to Love and get Love into a third and long situation. Yannick and Gongway and the other guys can pass rush and make him uncomfortable enough to make mistakes. It is a lot to ask. Green Bay is still a good team overall. They have some talented players on the roster, especially in the trenches. That will take 60 minutes of effort from the Bears to ensure victory. Jordan Love is under a ton of pressure to perform. Nothing will make us feel better to basically ruin his coordination with correlation with the win at home while making him look basically mortal, which he is. He's not Aaron Rodgers. Accomplishing this task and stopping the run is one of the main things that's got to take away that play action and make it seem like it's nothing. If they're able to do that, their chances of success will spike significantly. Now, that's the story that was actually put out there. That's another story that came up 3 hours ago as well. So, yeah, that is what it is, man. We just got to see what's going to happen. I already talked about those points. I didn't even look at none of this. This everything that I talked about is what I seen in the preseason, watching highlights, just looking at stuff briefly, and half of it I just looked at it no more than maybe an hour ago today, and that let me know a lot more of what I just needed to see. And that's if I didn't just watch the actual game. I already know what the game plan is going to be. If I know what the game plan is going to be for the Green Bay Packers, the Bears should know what the game plan is going to be. They're going to have similar game plans when it comes down to it. They both going to try to run the football. They both going to try to do play action. They're going to have few and far straight drop back passes. When they do, they're going to try to have the quarterback get the ball out very quickly. With the play action, they're going to try to look for short to middle of the area passes. If they allow somebody to get open downfield, they're going to sling it deep downfield, but it's going to be basically a lot of that, a lot of rollouts. So what the Bears is going to have to do is try to stop the run immediately early. That way, those play action passes don't mean shit. That's exactly what they're going to have to do, and they're going to have to make sure that they're able to run the football early, be able to get it down the field so that they can spread the ball, not just to the wide receivers and the tight end, but like I said before, take those short passes to the running backs. If you got a fullback out there, damn near no one guards the fullback. Hit the fullback down the field, in the backfield, and have him run up the field and truck a few people and get some yards as well. That's the best way to do it, especially early in the season until you find out where everybody is at 100% and fully. It's the only way that's going to happen. Of course, we got to see what Tyreek Stevenson is going to be, if he's going to be a competent cornerback out there. Of course, we saw how he performed in the preseason. A lot of pass interference calls, defensive holding calls, but he did have a few interceptions. We got to see what Tyler Scott is going to be like, if he's going to be a wide receiver that's going to be able to take over, so they'll Claypool don't turn out right. We at least got somebody to replace him right away, and Claypool going about his goddamn business, because, like I said, he has turned into the Kevin Nash of the Chicago Bears. Every time he turn around, he hurting the quad, he hurting something. The man just ain't looking that good right now. But as of right now, of course, let's see anything else. Bears sound Peterman, Taylor add a fourth practice squad player. Jenkins and Kramer is on the IR. Of course, no one wants to really talk about Peterman so far. So there's a lot going on. There's GM Ryan Pose is still trying to make a few roster moves here and there. As of right now, of course, I believe we got 6 or 7 wide receivers. We did sign one of the best kick returner of last year. They basically getting 20 plus kick return yards of last year, so that is a plus. So we're just gonna have to see how everything turn out with the injuries, and hopefully the Bears don't suffer a lot of injuries. If they don't, that's excellent. The team have opportunity to win plenty of games. If the injuries just keep compounding on left and right at the most important injuries, if DJ Moore and Darnell Mooney and Claypool can't stay healthy throughout the year, if Komet can't stay healthy, if their offensive line keep constantly shuffling, you know, we know what's gonna happen. As Bear fans, we can't act like we don't know what's gonna happen. We do. It's happened every year since after the 2018 season, and it's happened prior to that when the team couldn't stop any goddamn body. But one of the main things I'm hoping that y'all doing is y'all continue to tune in, to like and subscribe for the content, and hit the notification button. So just make sure, hopefully, that y'all are liking the video as well. So just, of course, keep that going. I do appreciate that, especially with the fact it's been since forever since I've been on here. So yeah, man, just like I said, hit that like and subscribe notification bell so you can receive all of available videos from me, JONETH PIPTNE, discussing everything about the Chicago Bears throughout the entire season. Oh yeah, got up to 8 likes. That's what I'm talking about, man. Appreciate that, everybody. Appreciate that. And of course, if you would like to donate to the channel, so then I can, of course, add more to the channel as well. That is my cash app, Yay Money 30. Yeah, you can make fun of all you want to. I was 30 years old. I don't know what the hell made me come up with Yay Money 30. I was just trying to be funny. I didn't know they was going to actually put that. But it is what it is. But yeah, man, that's all that's left to discuss. So if you do want to comment and say anything else, or ask me any more questions pertaining to this game, or anything like that, just go ahead and write it in the comment section now. If not, I will be getting ready to end the podcast. So just let me know within the next 2 to 3 minutes, and I will answer all questions in between that. If not, then we will, of course, end it. Because I did say already everything I have to say for this team. I can keep going through the news and discussing everything on what I think this Bears team is going to do and what do I expect. But I am spoke on every point of what I expect this team to do. Now it's time for the audience to let me know what it is. Yeah, bust you up, bust you up. And also, Khalil, I'm actually back in the EMT program, so I can go ahead and get certified with that, and then be on my way to joining that fire department. And also, man, you might as well should think about it too. They extended the age to 39 years old. I know you're only 20, 21 years old, but you look like you're in your 40s. You know you're going bald on top of your head already. So go ahead and join. You know they may or may not accept you because you do look like an old ass man. But okay, people, man, I'm gonna call it a day. I do appreciate everybody that did tune in. Appreciate you, Khalil, even though you be talking shit. Bust you up when I see you back in the gym. All right, CG, appreciate you. TOP, David for tuning in. I'm Dad. How about you? I appreciate everybody for tuning in to the podcast. Really do appreciate it. It's been a while since I've been on. And somehow I was able to be able to talk for 51 minutes without sounding like a goddamn buffoon. So yeah, appreciate it, y'all. Once again, tuning in to the John Pitney podcast. All right, people. Peace out.
Dental, 4-5, gon' pitch your spine on the other side. It come out your lip, you heard what I said. I ain't even off a jigger, this shit get different.